The COVID-19 pandemic has disrupted education worldwide. In response, a variety of alternative school-based learning are emerging. Many of these alternatives depend on technology, further exacerbating the digital divide and educational inequality. We face a question: is there learning continuity during COVID-19 pandemic? The COVID-19 pandemic has resulted in the physical closure of educational institutions throughout the world. With a design thinking approach inducted into the process of learning and development, new age teachers are becoming more empathetic towards the learners, ushering in thereby better engagement of the learners with the curriculum, wherein the whole ecosystem is prospering toward a better future. The learning space is going to be invaded by these mature learners who are focused and engaged with choice-based learning, assuring them on their learning objectives. School closures have disproportionately affected the most marginalized children, learners from the poorest household, families with low pre-existing levels of education, and students in remote areas. Children from less affluent communities appear to have low access to learning continuity. In Ecuador, survey findings suggest that learners from the lowest wealth quartile are more than twice as likely to have completed no schoolwork than learners from the highest wealth quartile. In Senegal, a survey reported that 20% of children from poor households pursue no learning activities compared to 15% of children from non-poor households. In Kenya, survey findings indicate that only 16% of learners in public primary schools have access to digital learning resources compared to 48% in private primary school. These studies focus on access to learning opportunities rather than learning outcomes. Our findings can inform ongoing efforts to ensure children can access education when out of school. The synthesis focuses on technology-supported learning continuity, which we define as everything from educational radio and television to online learning on mobile phones, tablets, and computers. Otherwise, learning continuity seeks to ensure that students' learning progressing even amidst disasters such as pandemic. This plan overcomes obstacles created by the disaster throughout innovative means of teaching and learning, keeping students on track with their studies. Moreover, children in rural areas have relatively limited access to technology-supported learning opportunities. In Mongolia, a phone survey found that 51% of students in urban areas have access to a computer or a laptop compared to 21% in rural areas. A recent study in Ethiopia found that 38% of urban children have engaged in distance learning during the pandemic compared to 12% of rural children. The educational background of parents and caregivers can also matter. A study in rural Bangladesh found that parents with secondary education spend 31% more study time with their children than parents without secondary education. In Ecuador, children whose mother's education level is high school or lower are less likely to access technology-supported learning than those whose mother's education level is beyond high school. In these reasons, affordability and availability of modalities does not mean learning. It only means adapting to changes. And again, with that question, is there learning continuity during COVID-19 pandemic? There is continuity but no learning.